Picture this. A man climbs out of his race car, holding a black flag, and the entire crowd goes silent. Then they erupt, not with boos, not with anger, with pure, raw emotion. What just happened at Michigan International Speedway? You need to hear this. And hey, real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started. We're pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. Denny Hamlin, Michigan International Speedway, Sunday. His 63rd career victory. But this one was different. Coming out of that final burnout, Hamlin wasn't waving a sponsor flag. He wasn't pointing to the sky for himself. Instead, he was carrying a black number 18 flag out the window of his number 11 Toyota, a tribute to Kyle Busch, his teammate, his brother in the garage, the man who drove the number 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing from 2008 all the way through 2022, and with that win, Hamlin tied Busch for 9th on the all-time NASCAR Cup Series win list. He said it himself, and these words hit hard. Truthfully, I had to outlive him to tie him. Let that sink in, because Kyle Busch passed away on May 21st, and this sport, this community, is still carrying that weight. But here's the thing, this hasn't been an easy year for Denny Hamlin, not even close. Over the offseason, he lost his father in a house fire on December 28th. Then came the grief of losing Greg Biffle and his family in a plane crash. And then, Kyle Busch, gone. And just last week, NASCAR lost Hall of Famer Ned Jarrett. You know, sometimes this sport hits you in ways that have nothing to do with racing. Hamlin said it best after the race. The offseason, it was rough for me, and it was rough for the NASCAR family. Just an unbelievable feeling to be able to strap in every week, and I don't take it for granted. And the crowd at Michigan felt it too. At first, nobody saw it coming, because last year at this same track, Hamlin celebrated by taunting the fans who booed him. It was a moment that divided people. But Sunday, there were no boos. Only raucous cheers from the front stretch grandstands as Hamlin jogged up to the flag stand, still carrying that number 18 tribute flag. And that's when everything changed. The celebration wasn't about rivalry. It wasn't about controversy. It was about respect. Now let's talk about how he pulled this off, because it wasn't easy. Hamlin qualified first at Michigan, but then he received a penalty for unapproved adjustments to his car. He had to drop to the back at the green flag. Sound familiar? The exact same thing happened the week before at Nashville Super Speedway, and he won that race too. Think about that for a second. The man started from the back twice in a row and won both races. That's not luck, that's dominance. Patiently, he worked his way through the field over 400 miles. Then with 38 laps to go, everything came down to a restart. 3 wide, Hamlin swept into first around Spire Racing teammates Daniel Suarez and Carson Hocevar in one incredible move. What happened next surprised everyone. From that point on, it was over. Hamlin drove away. He won by 110 seconds, his widest margin of victory in Cup competition and the largest winning margin at Michigan since June of 1991. Kyle Larson, who finished 4th, summed it up perfectly. I don't think anyone was going to contend with Denny at the end. He was flying. However, there was one problem. Before that dominant final run, this race had a moment that stopped everyone cold. With 51 laps remaining, a red flag came out. During a restart on lap 148, Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott were running side by side for second position. Then something unexpected happened. Elliott's number 9 Chevrolet bobbled. It skidded up the track and drove straight into Bell's number 20 Toyota. Bell's car shot into the outside wall at more than 200 miles per hour. The impact was so violent that it severely deformed the A-sphere barrier. The steel and foam system designed to absorb energy during crashes, the damage was significant enough that officials needed 20 minutes under red flag conditions to repair the wall. Both drivers climbed from their cars and were taken to the infield care center. After the race, team owner Joe Gibbs confirmed that Bell suffered wrist and ankle injuries that would need to be evaluated this week. But here's something a lot of people noticed. Before they even got into the ambulance together, Elliott turned to Bell, patted him on the shoulder, and apologized. He didn't hide from it afterward either. "I'm fine, it was totally my fault. I feel really bad for Bell just taking him out. I just told him I'm sorry." Obviously, it was not on purpose. Racing hard, a split-second decision, a moment that changed both of their days. And then there's Connor Zilisch. The Trackhouse Racing rookie is having the kind of debut season you wouldn't wish on anyone. At Michigan, he crashed twice in the first 8 laps and finished last in the 37-car field. It's now 3 consecutive races finishing outside the top 30, and he's still searching for his first top 10 finish of the season. Yet despite all of it, he stayed honest afterward. I was really loose, but it's just unfortunate. Another short race for us. We'll go try and get them at Pocono next week. There's something to respect about that attitude. No excuses, no finger pointing, just ready to go again. And speaking of Pocono, that's where NASCAR heads next on June 14th for its only visit of the season. So when you look back at Michigan, this race was about much more than a trophy. Denny Hamlin, 63 wins, back-to-back victories, carrying the weight of grief and turning it into pure speed, dedicating a win to a fallen teammate, doing it on the track where they learned together, carrying Kyle Busch's flag through the burnout, then jogging up to collect the checkered flag while the crowd roared. That's not just a race win, that's one of the most emotional moments this sport has seen in years. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Denny Hamlin can make a serious run at the championship this season, or do you think someone will eventually slow him down? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to NASCAR Nation News. We're building something special here, a community of real fans who bleed NASCAR every single week. We'll see you at Pocono.